Honorable Ratna, Anil Mukherjee, the chairman of Ramnadi Mandal Arts, Commerce and Science College, the principal Dr. A.B. Kulkarni, and the much respected Professor Dr. J.P. Mosley, and Honorable Dr. Monica Sethi Sharma, Honorable Dr. Arun Chaina, the distinguished guests sitting on the dais and off the dais, all the academicians, students, my dear friends. It's indeed a great privilege and proud moment for me to attend this 10th International Conference 2026. This is the third consecutive year I am attending this conference. Thank you for the invitation by Dr. Bosley. And it's a well-organized conference. The subject is more relevant. The subject for today is interdisciplinary innovation, transforming society and industry. It's very much important in the current day of the world. So today, the world is going a very decisive crossroads. We are facing challenges, geopolitical challenges, economic challenges, climatization problems, human resource management problem. I being a talent acquisition consultant for the last 40 years, and as in my introduction, it's told that actually we have operations across 12 countries with 18 branches. The challenges what we are facing as far as getting the skilled manpower, that is one of the challenges. And I'm very happy to see all these young faces, aspirant faces, and so many educationists consisting of more than a dozen universities assembled at this prestigious place of Narayan Javi, Pune. The basic things I would like to discuss, how we will go through the challenges and what will be the solution as far as an industry, as an education institution can be able to contribute for the progress of the world in the current affairs of today. I will just quote a word from famous American author and futurist Alvin Toffler, who once said that the illiterate of the 21st century are not the people who can able to write or read, and those the people who are not ready to learn, unlearn and relearn. That is the subject I am going to talk today. Learn, unlearn and relearn. This is the subject which is very much important for today's educational system as well as the future of our young child. Recently, in the corporate world, there was a talk about the retrenchment of around 12,000 employees by Tata Consultancy Services, TCS. Everyone thought that actually because of the technological advancement of AI or any sort of a software which the software industry was going under tremendous issues when artificial intelligence has played a major role. There is no need of coding and all good for software engineers. Everyone was thinking that actually maybe the cost cut or cost reduction, this 12,000 employees were lay off. It's the 2% of their global workforce. But after some time, there was an interview given by the CEO of TCS, Mr. Kirthivasan, who clarified that this is not because of any sort of a financial crisis or any sort of a cutting the size of the employees. The reason behind is that actually TCS were giving fundamental training on AI for 5,500 employees, existing employees for many years, and around 100,000, 1 lakh employees for advanced AI training. After this training, These people cannot able to cope up with the technology. That's the reason, because the skill were mismatching. That's the reason this replacement was happening. The thing is that actually the technology is advancing into a various level. Every day the technology is changing. Yesterday what we learned maybe become obsolete today. Earlier when you learn a skill, the validity of the skill were 20 to 30 years. If an electrician, plumber, whatever it may be, that validity of the skill should be at least 20 to 30 years. In the current scenario, only the validity is 4 to 5 years. And even if you are not updating, that's what I said, that learning, unlearning and relearning. You are not updating your skills on daily basis, you will be out from the fray. But the world is facing a big challenge, and so much of opportunities are there. And the youngsters, I always tell that actually this generation, youngsters are the luckiest because everything is on the fingertip. But that much of challenges also they are facing. And an education, a university degree doesn't give you an employment, because that is only a pathway for getting an opportunity. But you need to have a skill. But once there is, for an example, all the educational sitting here, they have done their post-graduation, doctorate and all, but they are working for the last 30, 40 years on education. But while the Madam Monica Sethi has become Vice Chancellor, she has been updating the details on daily basis. Similarly, other Vice Chancellors. That is what the advice I want to update you to the students, universities and the academicians. Updating the skills is very much important. I see that where these require a lot of manpower. And you are the people. India is the youngest country with an average age of 28.6. And we are the people can be able to provide the manpower for the world. When the education system not adopted to the international standard, what the international market need, these people will become useless. That's what actually I need to suggest, or I can say that I can advise the academicians that you are the people and the policy makers make the education curriculum into the international standard, where the teacher-centric learning to the learner-centric learning has to be adopted. Practical training, apprenticeship, internship, all this thing is very much important. I know that many universities and institutions are being adopting those to the particular areas and all. But this is very much important because now the technology, AI, automation, data science, blockchain technology, biotechnology, renewable energy, all this is taking care of the jobs. And if you see that COVID, I will always say that actually we have a lot of disruption during COVID. But COVID was a blessing in disguise as far as the technology and all is concerned. That the technology may take 10 years to develop, has been developed within 2 years' time. As far as we see that online education, how the online education has been come to a momentum, then the remote and hybrid work style, then the digital payment structure. India becomes the fourth largest economy because of the reason that actually we moved to the digital economy. Digital economy is playing a major role in India's economy because everywhere the economy of the countries are shrinking. But whereas India is advancing, the recent economic survey says that actually the coming financial year, India may reach around 6.8 to 7.2% of GDP. And today, 31st of January, we are seeing a very big conference in Delhi of 22 countries, Arab League. The 22 foreign ministers, the representative from 22 countries, including 10 foreign ministers, has come to Delhi and they are discussing various subjects. Because India, they found that actually India is a country, always they are able to get support, not like USA or China. And all these 22 countries or Arab countries, Muslim countries, they come to India and today they will be signing major agreement. One is food security. The second one is renewable energy. Because we are getting energy from all these Middle East countries. But they are setting up a hybrid or a renewable energy model of this thing in Gujarat. Dolera, those going to be signed today. And data science, handling the data. because Arab countries don't want to share their data with this US or China because they found India as a potential partner to safeguard and secure their data of their citizens. And those agreements will be signed today. This is a very precious moment for us. And a lot of opportunities will be coming on that sector. That's what actually India, and the recent, for this current year, we have seen the trade deal being, the trade partners, the trade agreement being signed by India and UK first, then India and European Union recently, in between India signed a trade agreement between Oman. And this is going to see a lot of potential as far as the country's prospect. In 2022, India signed an agreement between India and UAE, CEPA, Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. And after that, the trade deal has been increased to $100 billion. Trade agreement between the EU and India by 2030, India reached around $300 billion. This Arab League and India's agreement may cross around that they are expecting to do the trade of $500 billion. This is not small amount because all these economists and academicians are sitting there. You know the importance, how the opportunity, what the students which we are getting. And this we need to empower it actually. This is what we need to do. Then only the country can able to prosper. We are on the verge of becoming the third largest economy. I will just share an experience of mine. I got an opportunity to visit the Parliament of British Parliament recently in June. The day when we entered, I was glad to see that actually the discussions were happening in the British Parliament, India, UK. And when we enter in the investment and trade minister, Mr. Augustus, I tell you the name, he was talking that actually talking about all the plus points of India from a British minister. As I said, the true citizen of India is always that is very patriotic, because when we heard that India is going to become the third largest economy by 2028. What are the resources which India is having? And the same time the trade agreement has been finalized. When we come out from the British Parliament, after an hour, there is a tweet from the Prime Minister of India that he is thanking the British Prime Minister for finalizing the trade agreement, which has been signed in July. And this also producing around 7,000 new jobs. And so many opportunities are coming in that sector. But what we need is that actually we need to cope up with our resources. Resources is the main advantage of our country. Unless and until we don't do that, because we need to adopt a system where the education matches with the employer's expectation. Because as I said in the beginning that the problem what now we are facing is that we are facing a lot of problems of getting quality manpower. Because the Gen Zs are very good in their approach, adaptability, all these things, but they need skilling. If you see that India's skilling has less than 10% of the qualified people have been skilled. When you compare with South Africa is 96%. Why South Korea? South Korea, why 96%? Because all the Samsung, all this Hyundai, all industries, how they are flourishing. Because the quality of their skilling is very good. It starts from the school itself. And thanks to the national education policy, is starting the vocational training from the standard of 6th and all. But that may take some time, but so many other areas we need to. Okay, that, and when you compare Japan also their skill ratio is more than 80%. Germany is 56%. China is around 40%. But where we are only 40%. And we need actually the skilled people. And we need to have sort of a system where the skilling is become mandatory for everyone's education. And what is the skill which we need after 5 years or after 10 years? We may not be knowing that. But we need to be updated with the availabilities of resources. Because now, as I said in the beginning, that these are the generation are getting maximum opportunities. Now this chat GPT, Gemini, all this thing, you will get all the information. And spend some time. I am giving an advice to all the students that actually you spend at least half an hour what is happening in the world, in the technology, in the economy, trade, whatever it may be, you need to update with that. Then only you can able to sustain your career or sustain your life. Then only we can able to that actually transforming the society and industry the subjects. Because that is a very vast subject. It may take a lot of time for me to discuss. I prepared a lot of notes for this particular speech. But since so many other speakers are there, that's the reason I will just end up with certain solutions. What I experienced during my tenure of this business. Industry expectation from future professionals. Industry need professionals who have strong technical and functional skills and digital learning and data awareness, co-communication and cross-cultural competence, and ethical and mindset and social responsibility. This is very much important that because mostly we are lacking ethical mindset and social responsibilities. We are a citizen. We need to see that the youngsters and all the people need to see that actually we should have a proper ethical mindset and a social responsibility. And one of the recent documentary I seen in BBC stating that actually the Dead Sea they are changing note because spending night in the New Year because there was a documentary focusing that actually the Gen Zs have spent most of the time in the earlier days, they spent most of the time in the New Year celebration and all in the bar, pub, war, whatever it may be the gathering. Here they see that actually lakhs of Gen Zs are going to the temple like Kashi Vishwanath, Somnath, Chain, Puri, and so many such spiritual places have seen tremendous rush from the night 11 o'clock to the next day morning 12 o'clock. This was never seen earlier. This is a very good sign that actually this is showing the ethical mindset and the responsible mindset of the young generations. And this is what we need because the young generation is moving into that direction. They are pampering the country, they are pampering the society. Then only the empowering of society can be done. And I always said that actually the degree may open doors, but skill and attitude, adaptability determine your career growth. Well, that is what. Maybe I can, you all may be wondering that actually, and a graduation certificate may become a fine A4 size paper in your future if you are not updated with the skills, the qualities of this thing. It's true, it's going to happen. If you have a graduation certificate, you may not get a job in future. But you need to have your own skill, whatever in the area. Even if it is a commerce graduate, he has to do a lot of courses because so many courses are available in online as well as offline. What you will get into a proper job. This is what we need to do. And the academician play a pivotal role in shaping the future of the workforce. The classroom must become a space for dialogue, not for monologue. A lab for innovation, not for memorization. A bridge between theory and practice. That's what actually industry and institution collaboration is very much important. When you are designing a syllabus, you are drafting a syllabus. Industry involvement is very much important. What the industry needs. When I am taking a graduate student or a postgraduate student, what is the syllabus should be? What the industry is going to need? And even the industry is also not be able to give a proper thing. As I said, that it is changing on daily basis. This is very much important actually. And students, you are entering to the very immense opportunity, but also with tough competition. The competition you have to overcome. Then only you will be able to get this thing. And I invest your time on learning beyond textbook, building global prospectors, developing ethical leadership. Your degree is a foundation, not a destination. Okay, learn continuously, embrace change, relearn with curiosity and courage. That's what I want to tell you that. And management, HR solution, and the industry together can transform the society transform the industry. That's what we are looking for. The 21st century should be for India should be a prosperous country. What the government of India and the Prime Minister's mission is that make India as a developed country by 2047. And you, the people, the academicians and the students can play a major role. And thank you very much for inviting me for this wonderful conference and publishing the book. And thank you, sir, for keeping me along with all the India's leading business people. I don't know whether I'm discernible for that particular place on your lab, but still I thank you very much. And we have a book. I just brought a book, wrote Mr. Seagull and Dr. Prakash and myself for skilling and education, based on our Guruji Srinarayana Guru, who has talked about vocational training and skilling in 1927, much before Russia or India has included technical education in the skilling in the syllabus. That book is here. I would like to hand over those books to all the academicians and few students. And please include this book in your research purpose. And this will give you more of this thing. Our first book, last time Prakash has told that Harmony Unveiled has been released in Vatican by the then Pope Francis, which is incorporated in the universities like Oxford, Cambridge, British Council, and many other universities, including Pune and Bombay universities. I brought few copies of that also. And once again, thank you very much for listening to me. And I need to go to Bombay to attend a conference with the German delegation is already there. But since I committed this with Prakash, posters are long back. This meeting has been scheduled recently, and I cannot say no. That's the reason I will be leaving immediately after my speech. And thank you very much once again.